Hey, it's been a while since I checked in and I have a lot to say. First of all the videos I watched on appropriately pruning stone fruit and creating a kind of a hand type of structure with an open middle has really done well with some other small trees on my property too. So I have fruit. Here we have, look at that, we've got a nectarine right here. Nectarine, well, that could become a nectarine right there. But there's quite a few in here. Let's see, here over here. Here's a nectarine right there. Right there. And I know from last year that if you see a couple of nectarines, oh, here's one that's a little funny shaped. Here's a large, beautiful one. So I know from last year that if you see some nectarines, you're growing a lot more than that. Yeah, so the big news I have is not this beautiful patch of garlic, which is beautiful. I did learn something kind of interesting that I'm going to try next year, which is to kind of put the flat side of the garlic bulb facing the same direction, and that way the leaves won't be all helter-skelter competing with each other. But that's not the really exciting gardening news I'm trying to convey. The real news is that when a lot of my seedlings just failed to thrive, they got a certain height and then they stopped growing. My onion tips started to yellow. These are some peppers that I planted quite a long time ago that are now recovering. All of my seedlings just were failing to thrive all of a sudden, and that was really alarming. And what I realized was that people have whole growing systems, and so when I followed a well-meaning potter's advice to make my seedling starting mix out of equal parts, I think it was equal parts vermiculite, worm castings, I think it was, and peat moss with a little bit of azomite in to help the seedlings when they got older. That was fine advice, but I did not know the rest of that gardener's system. And so failing to realize that I'd made a seed starting mix without any nutrients in it, all of my seedlings failed to thrive because I wasn't following some other part of that wonderful gardener's system. And so I joined the Viking Growing System class, and I've been really happy learning all sorts of scientific stuff about how to grow my garden fast and easy and organically. So this late into the spring garden, we don't have any more peas setting. These are just for seed. These poor hot-grown cabbages really aren't going to be sweet. I started those during the Thanksgiving collards and cabbage challenge. It is time to start fresh with the Viking growing system.